What if I told you that for the first time in modern history, people are quietly walking away from the United States? Not tourists, not retirees, but Americans.
Many U.S. citizens are moving out.
Number of U.S. expats in European countries is on the rise. Increasing number of Americans are leaving the U.S. behind.
And this is not a small trend. It is happening faster than most people realize, and almost nobody is talking about it. For more than a century, the story was simple. If you want opportunity, you go to America. If you want success, you go to America. That belief shaped the modern world, but now something has flipped. In 2024, the United States welcomed millions of people, continuing a long tradition. But by 2025, that number dropped sharply. And then something even more surprising happened. Net migration started turning negative. That means more people are leaving than coming in. And this is where things start to get serious, because when a country built on attraction starts losing people, it is not just a statistic, it is a signal. But here is the part nobody expected. This is not billionaires escaping taxes. This is not celebrities making headlines. This is normal people. Young families, remote workers, skilled professionals. People who once believed they would spend their entire lives in America are now quietly choosing something else. In 2025 alone, around 180,000 Americans left the country. Now imagine that happening again and again, every single year. And globally, between 4 to 9 million Americans are already living abroad. That is not random movement. That is momentum. And if there is one place that clearly shows what is happening, it is Portugal. Since the pandemic, the number of Americans living there has surged by more than 500%. That is not normal growth. That is a shift in behavior. In Portugal, a family can live on around $2,000 to $2,500 per month. Healthcare is affordable. Life feels slower, calmer, more balanced. One American who moved there said something that perfectly captures this moment.
I moved from the U.S. to Europe, and I plan on never going back.
And that is where this story becomes uncomfortable. Because America is still the largest economy in the world. It still leads in innovation, technology, and global influence. But for many people, daily life is starting to feel like a system that never stops demanding more. In just 5 years, housing prices increased by more than 40%. A $300,000 home became $420,000. Not because the house changed, but because the system did. Healthcare costs remain the highest in the world. One emergency visit can erase a month of income. And in major cities, people now need $4,000 to $6,000 per month just to live a normal life. Not luxury, not comfort, just stability. And this is where a dangerous question begins to form. Is this still worth it? Because for the first time, leaving America does not feel like failure for some people. It feels like an upgrade. The strength of the United States has never been just its economy. It has always been its people. Immigrants alone make up nearly 19% of the workforce, around 33 million workers. In 2023, they contributed over $650 billion in taxes. So when fewer people arrive and more people start to leave, this is not just social change. It is structural pressure. It is the kind of shift that happens slowly and then all at once. Now add one more number, $38.8 trillion. That is the national debt. A system of that size depends on constant growth, constant contribution, constant participation. More workers, more taxpayers, more momentum. But if that flow slows down, even slightly, the long-term impact becomes impossible to ignore. And here is the twist that changes everything. It is not just America anymore. The entire world is competing for people. Countries are opening their doors in ways we have never seen before. Not slowly, not cautiously, but aggressively. Digital nomad visas, remote work programs, tax incentives, fast-track residency. The message is no longer subtle, it is direct. If you have skills, the world wants you. And then technology removed the final barrier. Today, you can work for a company in New York while living in Lisbon. You can earn in dollars while spending in a completely different economy. You can build a US career while waking up thousands of miles away. For the first time, where you live and where you work are no longer the same decision. And when people gain that kind of freedom, something powerful happens. They start comparing everything, not just salaries, but life itself. Cost of living, safety, time, stress, healthcare, environment, peace of mind. And in that comparison, something unexpected is happening. People are not just dreaming about leaving, they are actually doing it. Americans are moving to Portugal, where the expat population has surged dramatically. They are choosing Spain, where cities like Barcelona and Valencia are seeing more English-speaking communities than ever before. Many are heading to Germany, especially Berlin, which has become a hub for remote workers and creatives. Others are choosing Ireland, which alone welcomed around 10,000 Americans in a single year. And then there are unexpected choices like Costa Rica and Albania, where lower costs and simpler lifestyles are attracting a growing number of people. This is not random movement, it is a pattern. For decades, the direction was clear. The world moved toward America. That was the default path. But now, for the first time, that direction is no longer guaranteed. America is still powerful, still influential, still full of opportunity. But it is no longer the only place where a good life is possible. And that might be the real shift happening right now. America did not get weaker. The world simply got better. Because the American dream has not disappeared. It still exists. But it is no longer tied to one country. It moves. It adapts. It follows the place that offers the best balance between opportunity and life. And if this trend continues, the future will not be about where people are forced to go. It will be about where they choose to stay. So here is the question that matters more than anything else. If you could earn the same money but live anywhere in the world, where would you go? Would you stay where opportunity has always been? Or would you choose where life feels better? Because that single decision, repeated by millions of people, might quietly reshape the future of the global economy. Comment your answer below. I read every response, and I want to know what you would choose. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you want to support the channel, tap Super Thanks or join as a member. It truly helps keep this going.